Welcome to Iceland, home to volcanoes, waterfalls, and black sand beaches. In the next 6 days, I'm exploring everything Iceland has to offer in a camper van with my friend, driving for hours and waking up in breathtaking views during the season where the sun never sets. As soon as we arrived, we got our camper van, stopped at a supermarket, and headed to our first destination. We cannot waste time here. And the first stop is the 60 meters high waterfall that you can walk behind. If you follow the trail to the left side of it, you will end up in another smaller waterfall hidden inside the canyon. A lot of people miss this one out because you can't really see if you don't go in there. Right after our first stop is one of the most visited waterfalls, Skagafus. You can also take the steps on the right to have an amazing view from the top, and I swear it doesn't disappoint. We're going up to the top of the waterfall. It's a little high, but at least there's steps. Right now it is midnight, and this is how bright it is. It's pretty cloudy, but it's bright enough. Our plan was to do most things during the night since it doesn't get too dark, because it's perfect to avoid the crowds. Driving to our next destination, we saw something in the distance that seemed to be a glacier and decided to take the road to check it out. It happens to be the fourth largest ice cap in Iceland, and although it looks beautiful and peaceful from above, underneath hides a massive subglacial volcano with one of the largest calderas in the country. It was already 3 a.m. when we made it to our last stop, the black sand beach. The sand comes from lava that's been eroded by the Atlantic over thousands of years. And although the place is wonderful, it's one of the most dangerous beaches in Iceland because of the sneaker waves that can come out of nowhere much stronger and faster than they look. Every year, tourists get caught off guard and lose their lives there, so we made sure we kept a safe distance of it. Now it's 3 a.m. and it's getting brighter again. I mean, it was never dark, but it's definitely brighter than it was before. And we haven't slept yet, so we're heading to camp to try and rest for another full day of driving and hiking and exploring. Our first camping site had everything we needed. They had hot showers, bathrooms, and a little breakfast place. And the cool part is that you can arrive at any time and just pay it next morning when the reception opens. Good morning from Iceland. I am officially starting this vlog. Yesterday we arrived and had to go get the camper van. We got food and we start heading to the few places. It was 2 waterfalls. I was so tired yesterday, so I didn't really want to talk to the camera. But we're here at the first camping stop today. We paid €32 for 2 people for the night, plus shower. Shower was pretty decent, and now we're going to start preparing food and then head to our next destination. The weather yesterday was great. It wasn't too windy, it wasn't too cold. Today's a little bit colder, but still not super windy and just a little bit rainy, but we'll see. We're hoping to get some sunshine at some point. This is our home for the next few days. This is how it looks on the inside. We leave all the luggage here, and then this we put right here, and it's like a 2-bed thing. We have all the utensils that we need, with forks, knives, here is the gas stove. Food is out here and in here. And that's pretty much it. So on today's menu, we have chicken from KFC on a wrap with lettuce, cheese, and what's that called? I forgot. Well, whatever this is that we found on the camping thing that someone left out, and guava juice. We had our breakfast and got ready to our next stop. A canyon carved out during the last ice age by erosion from glacial meltwater. And although weather really wasn't on our side that day, I can assure you it's worth the visit in any circumstances. The drive to our next place felt like we just entered a different planet. One made of black sand desert and nothing else. Until we start seeing this huge glacier tongue ahead of us. I was particularly excited by this one because it's where they filmed one of my favorite movies of all times, Interstellar. This glacier was the set of Planet Man, and although I didn't have time to go on a tour and actually walk on the glacier, I was amazed by its beauty. It's really sad though that locals have been noticing it shrinking year by year due to climate changes. One of my favorite things about traveling in a van is to be able to have my meals in a random parking lot with some crazy landscape, not having to worry about reservations or waiting times or having to drive somewhere to eat. After a quick break for lunch, we headed to see the icebergs. Although the icebergs in the lagoon only exist because of the climate changes, which is not exciting, it ended up being a beautiful sight and it's Iceland's deepest lake at about 248 meters deep. The lagoon is linked to the Atlantic Ocean where the icebergs float out and wash up on the black sand shore nearby, looking just like diamonds. And that's where the name Diamond Beach comes from. But unfortunately, we didn't go in the right time, so we didn't see it on its prime. During the drive to our next stop, the wind started to go crazy on us. Just a little wind. A little. It was very cold, cloudy, and windy, which didn't allow us to truly enjoy the beauty of this place. I'll leave the audio on the following clips just so you can have an idea. This place is in private land. Imagining owning a place like this. And for this reason, we pay a fee to enter. This mountain is ridiculously photogenic from every angle, but the weather is crazy here. The top of the mountain hides for hours between the clouds, and it's revealed for a few minutes before the clouds come again. If not too windy and at low tide, the wet sand can form a perfect mirror. Plus, on winter months, it's the perfect place to see the northern lights. Unfortunately, I can only imagine what it looks like since this is summertime. I'm in a Viking village right now. I just can't understand, like, did they live here? No, they didn't. I found out later that this was actually a set for a movie that was never finished, but they kept the village there anyways for tourists. How could they? It's not warm at all, and it's so cold. But at least they had a nice view, I guess. Yeah. Weather's pretty shitty out there. So we're cooking dinner inside the van. Bia is the chef tonight. And we're having wrap again. Just because it's so good. We have a bunch of ramen and pasta and bread. We have been eating only wrap for today. We're almost out of wrap still, so then we have to eat the other stuff. today's menu: toast with lettuce, the rest of KFC chicken, ham, and cream cheese. And it's gonna be delicious. Right now we are almost reaching the halfway point of the ring circle. The driving was a bit challenging in the beginning, and I confess I was worried because we didn't have a 4x4 and we were very careful when planning this trip to not take any roads that would require one. In the end, everything worked out and we ended up on this place that wasn't known until 2009 because it was filled with a glacier river. Only when a hydroelectric dam construction started that the water levels lowered and revealed this insane canyon that looks like it was built with Lego parts. The rain this whole time, but our time to get rain on has arrived. We have to walk 40 minutes in the middle of a different planet and it's raining and I don't think it's gonna stop. We arrived at the northeast side of Iceland to see what is often called the most powerful waterfall in Europe. But before we got there, while we were walking inside the national park, we felt so much like we reached an unpopulated or abandoned side of our planet. Almost felt like we were back thousands of years in time where there were no buildings or constructions of any kind. Our next stop was in Mars, and if you ever wondered what the red planet smells like, well, it smelled like rotten eggs. Jokes aside, this thermal area has no vegetation and is full of mud pools that can reach 200 degrees Celsius, hot enough to melt any shoe soles if you step in one. For this reason, the area is well marked so no tourists lose their feet. Since I have no sense of smell, I had no problem, but some visitors can only handle a few minutes of that strong rotten egg smell before they start gagging, so it can be pretty challenging. Okay, look at this. Since the weather wasn't gonna get any better, we decided to head to our campsite, prepare our dinner, which was pasta with red sauce, and call it a night. At least that was the plan until we found out the car battery was dying. So right now is 1:10 a.m. and as we were cleaning up and finishing everything to go to sleep, we found out that the battery was low and we didn't know what to do, and we asked ChatGPT and he told us we had to go for a drive so the battery could charge, and it is charging now. So good thing we saw that before we went to bed, and then wouldn't probably have battery to start the car in the morning. Well, I thought we were going to go to bed early today, but apparently not this time. So today is my birthday and we are gonna go try and see whales, and I hope they show up to say happy birthday to me. The weather is really good so far. I don't want to jinx it, but yeah, we're here just about to catch the boat. Hi. Good morning. I'm good, how are you?
Very good, thank you. So just to let you know, we have some overalls. If you are told during the tour or you not, don't hesitate to use them. But please, if you go inside, you take off your shoes where you put them to not rip them. And at the end of the tour, I will ask you if you can please put them back where you found them.
Perfect, thank you.
Welcome on board.
Thank you.
Coming at the surface or outside the surface, that could indicate we have a whale. Of course, that would be.
The sun is finally shining. Just came back from the whale watching and it was so nice. I mean, we just saw one and we named her Snowflake, or him, I don't know, because it had some white coloring to him. Yeah, we knew that that was the same one we were seeing all the time there. And it was really nice. The weather is better now compared to the last 2 days. We can actually see the blue sky. I'm really excited. I think today's gonna be an awesome day. All the other days were amazing already, but if there's sun, you know I'm gonna be happy. We came back to our campsite real quick to try and charge some of our stuff before hitting the road again. And this is a common area of our current campsite. We've been trying to chase the sun to see the midnight sun because we don't know if there will be any sun tomorrow. So we came all the way to this place that is closed, but we are parked here on the path because I think it's okay, just so we can see the sunset and then we go. So we are making dinner now. The place is a big mess, but we're making dinner now. And we're hoping that right there, the sun will go down and we're gonna be able to see the midnight sunset for my birthday. Vai. Primeiro pedaço.
Mais pedido.
Pra quem vai o primeiro pedaço?
Escolhe. Obrigada. Ai, obrigada. Feliz aniversário.
Obrigada a você por ter vindo essa viagem comigo. Porque se não fosse com você... Today was such a beautiful day. I'm so grateful that this trip has been working out like planned. Actually better than I planned, to be honest. We know that the weather in Iceland can be unpredictable, but I also know that some people had way worse experiences. I mean, our experience is not bad at all. It's just I was hoping to see the real midnight sun, and it didn't happen yet, quite. We got the closest that we ever gotten from the midnight sun today on my birthday, which was amazing. But the fact that we are being able to explore everywhere. It's been raining here and there, but nothing too crazy. No storms or anything. I know those things can happen here. We didn't have any problems with the van or anything. Don't want to jinx it again, but I'm just really happy that for being able to see everything. And I'm enjoying this place way too much. It's awesome. Like, we stop at one place and we're like, wow, this is unbelievable. It can't get better than this. And then we go to another place and it's totally different. It's like hopping from planet to planet. It looks like a different planet everywhere you go here. So I'm really happy with this trip. Like, oh, I'm really happy. After everything we've done, we choose a really nice place to sleep, right next to a volcano. This place had the fanciest bathroom I've ever seen in a campsite. At this point, we are on our way back to Reykjavik, and the drive back was stunning. Weather was so much better, we crossed this underwater tunnel and witnessed a road taken by solidified lava from a recent eruption on our way to the famous Blue Lagoon. Our entry included 2 drinks and face masks, and we could stay there for as long as we wanted. They advise you to not get your hair wet on that water, but if you really want to, just apply some conditioner first. Weather was so nice that I managed to get a tan line. And Iceland! After a full day relaxing in the warm water, we went to our first and only restaurant visit because I wanted to try puffing and whale meat. Puffing tasted a lot like fish, but with a very hard meat. It's so hard. And the whale had a strong taste of ocean, if you get me, but was very similar to beef. The part is strong, very strong. Our course had dessert included, and when the waitress asked which dessert we wanted, we thought we were supposed to choose the flavors. But she forgot we got the 3-meal course and ordered extra. So we got 2 desserts extra, which she apologized for and didn't charge us. Service 10 out of 10. I decided to do one last hike to try and see fresh lava for the last day, but my friend was too tired and didn't want to join me, so I had to go alone. It was around 3 hours and I didn't have water or snacks or anything with me, exactly how you're not supposed to do it. I almost had a heart attack flying my drone in such a strong wind, and I was ready to potentially lose it. But at the end, everything worked out and I made beautiful shots. It turned out lava wasn't fresh, but it was still very nice to see it. After that hike, I came back. We went to the shop, took a shower. I took a nap, and then Bia made us dinner. And now we finally got to see an actual sun setting because the other day they were trying to see the midnight sun. It was kind of a sunset, but it was still in the clouds. And today it was the actual sunset, so it was a nice way to say goodbye to Iceland. I have to head to the airport at like 2-3 a.m. The adventure ends here, but I'm so thankful. Iceland was so nice to us, and I had such a great time. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I experienced all this. And now I unlocked a new passion, which is the van life. I really want to have a van and just be able to explore it around, and I really like this. And this is a problem now. I hope you liked the video, and I'll see you in the next one.